We did end up taking 2% too much damage because I was going so fast, and we were just 55 seconds off. Man, 12 minutes is so tight for that. I think I gotta stop worrying about KOs so much. I'm always worried that I'm gonna accidentally end the mission right before I have enough KOs. Really quickly, for everyone else watching, do you also see the number next to Bernadetta's dexterity stat? Do you see that? Her dexterity stat right there? Excuse me? Is that allowed? Are you allowed to have a stat that high? Obviously, I also got A rank on the damage taken, but that was just barely, but I don't think... There's no way I could have avoided getting too much damage and also shaved off a minute. I don't think so. With a killer weapon, too, she's a crit monster. Dude, I love it. Bernadetta is killing it. I think in the next chapter, I assume you could do the paralogs again, just like auxiliary battles in future chapters. I think Bernadetta and Monica get up to like over level 30 and Rogue as well. I think we can come back and do this. I could definitely take 3% less damage. Shaving off a minute it's asking a bit much, but I think we could pull it off after they're just a little bit stronger. I want to come back and do this paralog again because I want those, whatchamacalls. I want the battalion.
Wow, I did it!
You can actually do them right now? Well, there'd be no point in doing it right now. I'd just get the same result. I just did it twice in a row and I wasn't fast enough either time. Feed her all your stat ups. I'm about to go and switch Monica's arts right now. She should not have those two, like, baby's first sword arts on. Level 3 or not.
There's any point in me getting stronger.
Flame volley? Ooh boy, I think Spiral Shot is about to get replaced. Learn the ability boost critical. Isn't chat saying right now that, like, Bernadetta's dexterity makes her crit like crazy, and now I'm also going to give her boost critical? I love it.
I'll surely put this to good use.
You can do them on the replay thing, but you get to choose who you use. Oh, you can use different characters? I don't think that would really help. Honestly, I think, like... I don't know, other than, like, switching out Rogue for maybe, like, a Mage, because I think Mage beats Archers. Other than doing that, I don't really think there'd be a better setup. You'll get all these achievements. Let's go. I'm not poor anymore.
Huh. We should all feel good about getting through that last battle with our heads still on our shoulders.
Thanks mostly to the two of you.
Yes, you set my mind at ease regarding our future prospects. And I've come out of it with a fine story for Lady Varley.
Oh, you did?
Yes, she's been quite worried about you. But now I can tell her you're getting along wonderfully.
Thank you?
And with that, I must take my leave.
Of all the Imperial nobles I've met, that guy seems like one of the most decent. And normal. The kind of man you can trust.
Yes, what you see is what you get with the good Duke. He's a truly honest soul. He tries to keep himself safe and sound, of course. But that's no different than any other noble.
He also seemed pretty worried about Bernadetta.
So hey, are these caves great or what? All that cold, crisp air just settles right in here. It would be a great place to curl up and hide.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Come on, you know. The mountain air, the clean type. It all settles down in the caves. I like that.
Hey, whatever you say.
Such caves are often lairs for monsters as well. Oh, and bandits, obviously. When it comes to curling up, I think this would be more dangerous than cozy. Yeah, that's actually a good point. It might be too dangerous to hang out here all alone. Plus, if heavy rains have been eroding the bedrock, a bad enough storm could collapse the entire system. All that to say, I think you're safer staying in a room with 4 man-made walls. Fine! I won't hide in caves anymore! Are you happy?
Anymore? But you're always just locked up in your room.
am not. We see each other all the time. Could a locked-up person do that?
I guess not. No.
You guess? So mean.
Sorry, that came out wrong.
Apology accepted. But you better watch it.
Well, I think we're done here. Let's head back.
An award is available. Let's go. All right, so next we have Manuela and Dorothea's paralog, which is going to be Rogue and Dorothea the entire time. Because my Manuela is like level 6. I don't think I've used Manuela a single time this entire game. Yo, fork over that award. You might not be poor now, but in like 5 minutes you'll be poor again. Hey, just because it's true doesn't mean you should say it. My spending is very healthy. Wait, no, not the facilities master.
If I may be
You.
further.
Well, how'd it go?
Hello. Yo, speed, carrot, secret transport force at 100. That'd be pretty good. Resist swords level 4. Dang. Thank you.
Any results, a good result.
The award system is so neat. I love that. You know what I haven't been doing much at all, but I think it also costs money and therefore would be difficult to do? The tactics, dude. I don't think we've been unlocking a lot of
Instruction comes at a high
different stuff. Yeah. Enhance unique act. Imbues attack with fires. Imbue attacks with powerful fire. Yeah.
Who knew this power slept within?
Do you need 8 ability slots? I mean, you're gonna need it at one point or another. Gain a chance to perform several attacks that instantly defeat non-commander units. Chance increases with hit count. Press ZR to dash a moderate distance. Yeah, Shadow Flash level 2 sounds pretty great.
This'll help me break new boundaries.
And then you could definitely use 8 ability slots, probably. I have too many dang characters. 200 hits and above gain an increase in speed proportional to hit count. 200 instead of a 300? That's insane.
I need more strength than this.
Hold the button when performing strong attacks to charge the attack, increasing attack range and damage dealt by up to 2 tiers. So literally just double. Yeah. Alright, I'm poor again. Press the R to create it. Has a moderate cooldown time. Wait, you get to freeze more often? Dude, these are all actually insane. Low chance to spawn music notes. Dude, Dorothea's musical note thing has been like, eh? Like, it hasn't been, it's been good, but it's probably been one of my least favorite of, like, the unique abilities. But if it's at a low chance right now, I could see that getting to, like, high chance, and then Dorothea would just, like, spawn music notes nonstop and destroy everyone easily. More evasion distance and more damage sounds great. And then shockwaves get bigger with timing, yeah. What is your unique thing? While holding ZR, use L to create a place and place a zone of wind. Has a long cooldown time. Just a zone of wind? Weird. Oh, more money grinding. Up to 10 of those. Oh, this makes your dark zones, like, larger? Oh, that would... Nether Sai leveling up would also be really good. What does Manuela do? Attacking generates lightning-imbued musical staves and fills the unique ability gauge. When the gauge is full, press ZR to deal a small amount of damage with the staves. Eh. I need more money. I don't think I've sold any of my bullions yet. I probably have a lot of bullions worth of money just lying around. Let's go sell some bullions real fast.
Yes.
Yo, Anna, you want to buy my stuff?
Greetings.
I got some bullions for you. I think. Unless they were, like, auto-sold. Nope. Oh, bullions are worth... Isn't it in normal Fire Emblem? Isn't it bullions are worth 1,000 and large bullions are worth, like, either 5 or 10,000? I thought. Looks like they did it differently here. Yo, thanks for the 20K and then the 8K. I'm rich.
Thanks a bunch.
K-pop, welcome to stream. How's it going? How you liking the game so far? Dude, I love this game. This game is so much fun. I'm absolutely loving this game. If it weren't for the fact that Forbidden West came out this year, this would be my favorite game of the year so far. I'm trying to think, did anything other than Forbidden West that I absolutely loved come out yet this year? I don't think there have been that many new games this year that I just, like, absolutely was in love with it. This is probably, like, my favorite game so far this year after Forbidden West. It's so good. Alright, now that I have a lot more money. I think all of the characters that I use often, I just definitely want to give them more unique action ability and more ability slots. Without a doubt. Because I have the money for it right now.
I work to grow.
Upping recovery items more would probably also be good, but that's not as important. I don't think I need healing quite as much as I just want more damage. And more damage stuff will just lead to us. I haven't been using you at all yet, really. Because we still just default to Caspar when I need a puncher, but you give more gold, which is neat. I'd like to use Byleth more, so let's go ahead and give him... I'm going to give him 6 ability slots, not 8, but let's go ahead and buff him a little bit. Constance, we haven't been using a whole lot, but I do use her from time to time. She's kind of like... Her and Byleth are kind of like the B team when it comes to backup characters. Happy is A team. Manuela is like... She's not even warming the bench. I don't really know why she's even here. Edelgard, go ahead and get 8 ability slots. Hubert, we haven't been using hardly at all, but I would like to use him a little bit, so we will buff him. Just 6 ability slots, not 8, to save some money. Ferdinand, 8 ability slots. Linhardt, he gets the small buffs.
There must be more to this.
Haven't been using him a lot, but I do like Linhardt. All right, that should be good for now.
Don't neglect your daily studies.
Survive is coming out this year. Dude, I hope to have a fun time with Survive. There's no way Survive is going to end up being like one of my favorite games of the year. I cannot imagine enjoying Survive more than this or Forbidden West, like, at all. I'm open to being proven wrong if the game is great, but, like, I've seen trailers of it. It's been dragged out how long I've had to wait for it. I'm cautiously optimistic that I will have a fun time playing Survive. I don't think that Survive is going to be like, oh, dude, this is one of the best games I've ever played. I don't even think it's going to be one of the best Digimon games I've ever played. The Kirby game was good, but Kirby and the Forgotten Land, I definitely have not enjoyed as much as this or Forbidden West, without a doubt. I didn't play Elden Ring. I don't play Souls games.
Are you headed to?
Okay. Do we just want to go and do this paralog? But wait a minute, what level is Dorothea? Let me go see what level Dorothea is. We might want to level her up just a smidge. If this paralog goes how the Monica Bernadetta one just went, you know, that just means we're gonna adjutant Manuela onto Rogue, and then it's just gonna be Rogue and Dorothea the entire time. So, with that in mind, it's basically like Rogue and Dorothea need to be able to pull weight here. We got Bernadetta at 29, so let's get you up to 27. Yo, +2 magic, I'll take it. Dorothea's stats looking pretty nice, as long as she never gets hit by anything physical ever. Now I'm going to take you up to 28. Look at how well-rounded he is.
Yeah, not bad.
That's not very good for 2 level ups, but it could be worse, I guess.
Can't wait to see how you do.
That was like, in those 2 levels, there was 1 good level up and 1 bad level up, I feel like. The only issue with this game is that it's still Warriors gameplay. That's an insane positive for me, dude. I love Warriors gameplay. If you're someone who doesn't like Warriors gameplay, then that's your problem. And I don't think that, you know, I've said this before. If you don't vibe with Warriors gameplay, then you just don't vibe with it. That's fine. But saying that the issue with this game is that it's Warriors gameplay is like, that's just a dumb thing to say. Like, oh, the problem with this game is that it plays like the game they designed it to be. Like, what on earth? What are you talking about? What does that mean? Oh, man, it really sucks that the Warriors game plays like a Warriors game. No, it doesn't. This Warriors gameplay is amazing. This is one of the, like, I enjoy the way that this game feels more than Age of Calamity and Hyrule Warriors. This Warriors gameplay is amazing. If that doesn't vibe with you specifically, sorry, that's just not a game for you. But I love it.
Which battlefield
so, this is a Warriors game trying to play like a Warriors game, and it's done amazing at it. A grand day for the Opera Company. Let's go.
We love you, Manuela.
Did you see that? Dorothea looked right at me.
Wow, that crowd was amazing. I thought they were going to faint on the spot the moment you appeared. Pretty impressive reaction, considering how long it's been since you quit the stage.
Don't sell yourself short, Dorothea. Those people were cheering full throat for you as well. That's also a fine reaction, considering you left the songstress life behind nearly 2 years ago. But time passes quickly, and let me tell you, it has certainly done a number on me.
Oh, stop it. Time hasn't diminished your beauty nor your voice.
Well, you're very sweet to say so. But we both know I'm getting by with smoke, mirrors, and the skin of my teeth. I'm no longer fit to command the stage. At best, I can serve as a bodyguard to our successors in the Mittelfranc Opera Company, as they look to entertain our troops.
Yes, well, all kidding aside, we both know it was the current songstress, Adrienne, who received the loudest cheers from the crowd.
My burning question. You can see what a unit learns if you go to the skill tree and press details twice. Yeah, I know. Someone told me before. I'll just get the skills as I get them. There's so much in this game. There are so many little things you can min-max and look at and whatnot. And I'm trying to, like, you know, I want to get to the game. I don't want to have to spend an hour looking at every detail of every class and et cetera, so I just don't bother.
Hey, not to bring down the mood, but, what am I doing here?
My point was, what if you don't like the Warriors gameplay, you will not be swayed? That's a pointless thing to say, though, is what I'm saying. Like, it's like Elden Ring, right? People loved Elden Ring this year. But if you don't like Soulsborne gameplay, then you're not gonna like the game. Like, that's literally just a pointless statement. Like, you're literally just saying, if you don't like the game, you won't like the game. Thanks, Captain Obvious. Like, yeah, obviously, if I don't like the game, then I won't like it. So, like, saying that the drawback of the game is that it's a Warriors game, which means if you don't like the way it's... Like, dude, Three Houses is a really good game. Unless you don't like tactics gameplay, then the game's just out for you. Like, yeah, duh. If you don't like the way the game plays, then you're not gonna like the game. Like, that's... Like... Thanks. Who would have guessed? I never would have realized.
I don't know the first thing about opera, and I'm sure you had plenty of people clamoring to keep all of you safe on this little excursion. So why me? We've already been over this, Dorothea. You and I both know this kind of thing isn't my cup of tea.
Actually, your unfamiliarity is the reason we chose you to accompany us. If we brought along a bunch of star-struck fans to serve as escorts, it would end in disaster.
Sadly, we've learned from experience that people will use any excuse to get close to our singers. Sometimes, they even convince themselves that we've reciprocated their feelings, when we've clearly done nothing of the sort.
Those darn simps.
Alas, we've all had to get quite good at close-quarter combat as a result.
The opera company was where I learned my dagger skills, though I admit it's hardly the most appropriate weapon for a battlefield.
Sounds intense.
Indeed. Behind the glitz and glamour of the stage swirl all manner of dark desires.
But when it works, everyone comes together to beat back the darkness and create something magical. Like most everything else, you just have to take the good with the bad.
It do be that way, Dorothea. I said if you don't like the gameplay. Yeah, I can read. I can read, dude. I know what you said. I'm saying that, like, that's not a knock on this game. That's a poor thing. Like, I think it's like, I'm not trying to call you out or be rude, but I just think it's stupid to say that, oh, but if you, like, the game's really good unless you don't like the way the game plays. Like, yeah, if you don't like the way the game is, then you won't like the game. Obviously, there's just, I mean, if you don't like Warriors gameplay, there's just nothing you can do about it. I don't think that's a reasonable thing to be like, oh, one knock on the game is that, what if you don't like the way it plays? It's like, well, then, that's not the game's fault. That's not a flaw of the game. It's, the game is not worse because it plays a way that you don't like. It just means that you're not there for it. I mean, like, obviously it doesn't play like Three Houses specifically, but it's a spin-off game. That's what you expect. If this was a mainline Fire Emblem game that played completely different, not like a Fire Emblem game at all, then there would be an argument to be had. Like, oh, why does this one not play like the other games in the franchise at all? But it's not a mainline game. It's a spin-off, you know? Like, if I was playing a Tales of game and the combat was wildly different or sucked or whatever, then I would be like, yo, this gameplay ain't it, Chief. Why is it so bad compared to, like, Berseria or Arise, which had really good gameplay? But this is a spin-off game. You know, you see on the tin that, like, hey, this is a Warriors game. It doesn't play like a strategy game. It's not a turn-based game. It's not whatever, any other kind of game. And then if you don't like that, then just don't play it. It's a spin-off game. It's a spin-off game. You know, you don't have... If it was a mainline game, I could understand being a little upset at it. Or whatever. But, this is a spin-off game, so it doesn't really matter. So, you know. I just think to look at this game and then be like, man, this game is really great. Except that it has Warriors gameplay. Then it's just like... that's just such a stupid thing to say. I'm sorry.
This kind of talk really takes me back.
Now, if it was Warrior-style gameplay, but also the Warrior-style gameplay itself sucked, like if this game was like... If the gameplay was like worse than Age of Calamity or poorly made in comparison, then I would definitely be like, yeah, the gameplay is kind of lame, like Age of Calamity was way better. Just like how with Xenoblade X, which Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is not a spin-off, it's a mainline with the first Xenoblade Chronicles one. But Xenoblade Chronicles 2, its gameplay, in my opinion, is like a major downgrade from Xenoblade 1. That's something to point out and complain about, like that's a major flaw in the game. It got worse from the first game. But this game, as a Warriors game, is better than the previous Warrior games playthrough. I didn't play the first Fire Emblem Warriors, but everyone I've seen has said this one is better. And I think this is better than Age of Calamity, and definitely better than the first Hyrule Warriors. So, like, saying that the gameplay is an issue in this just doesn't make any dang sense to me whatsoever.
Forgive our intrusion, my lady, but we're ready to begin moving again. We should reach the next town in a little over... What's all that racket?
Sounds like we're up.
Don't let them harm any members of the company.